Hey everyone, this is PrinceBrightstar, and welcome to a very, very surprise closed beta for Idola Phantasy Star Saga's English version. Nobody saw this coming, and in fact, I think the community only just became aware of it today, if I'm being honest. Nobody was saying anything about this, and in fact, I got my information through one of my Discord members, and hats off to them for letting me know about what was going on here today. I was actually really suspicious of this thing initially, in that a lot of it didn't seem to actually line up with really anything that we had seen. There was no announcement of this at all. You basically had to find it on a Facebook page to even get this thing, and to sign up for the closed beta. But you know what? It's here, so we are going to check it out. I also did promise in chat I was going to put the link in chat, so let me do that now. Okay, and okay. One moment, everyone. I'm noticing that the chat window does not appear to be working, so let me fix that real quick. Okay, I think I know what's going on. One moment. And then we will get going here. Yeah, if I remember correctly, last time I did this on YouTube, actually. So that has the wrong widget ID in there. Let's see if that's working now. There we go. Now it's working. Alright, so I don't want to waste any more time here. Let's go ahead and hop in and see how this goes here today. So please lead your comrades to adventure with you in the world of Vandor. Alright, please turn the page. Now, since this is a closed beta and we're not certain if this is going to get wiped or not at the end of it, I'm not going to be spending, you know, hours trying to get a Stella card here. So there's Emil. Karen. Schnick. Kemper. Lana. And Nadia is my 5-star character. That's actually a decent character to get, regardless, because they have the ability to buff the team. Alright, I'm just gonna let them speak for themselves here. I'm not going to read unless there's no voiceovers here.
幼き頃より従者としてお仕えしております。
Okay, obviously some grammar work needs to be done here. I would say since I was born, I have always been squire to Princess Rosalind. Or I have been, or something like that. Please tell me about yourself. Who wants to unlock Vandor's history? Alright. One moment. Alright, now the birth date is important because it lets you change what your element is between the earth, fire, water, and wind. This seems fine to me. In 1245, Shurten Peninsula.
Kuru.
だいぶ揺れてきたな。ユリ、火事に異常はないか？
はい、異常ありません。おかしいですね、ダンカン船長。さっきまで波一つなかったのに。
急にしけてきたのかもしれん。注意を怠るな。
はい、わかりました。
船長、大変です。
どうしたラナ？何が起こった？
魔物です。魔物が船を襲ってきました。
なんだと？
船長、甲板に出て状況を確認しましょ
う。なんだこの天気は。星は出ているのに海は荒れ狂ってやがる。
船長、あそこに女の子が。
まずい、魔物に襲われてるぞ。
助けに行きましょう。
And even the tooltips here have been translated, it looks like. But into our first battle we go. Uli, let me show you how to fight with a monster. First of all, launch the attack. Tap start. Like before, tap start, and everyone will launch their attack in turn. Everything clear about how to launch attacks? Now let's try to use a skill. Trying is better than reading. Tap this skill icon. Oops, I hit the little chat log there. Alright, tap that. Now you're ready. You can launch a more powerful attack. Okay, let's tap start to release the skill. What do you think? Skill is quite powerful, right? And yeah, Xantz, we don't know exactly what region this is supposed to be, but it's working for me here on the east coast of the US, so I don't think it's like region blocked or anything like that, aside from initially downloading it, but you can get around that by just installing the APAC. Although you might want to attack again with the same skill. Once a skill has been used, it will be on cooldown for some time. So skill and cooldown. Although skills are very powerful, a skill cannot be used continuously. You need to wait for a number of turns before you can use it again. Before the skill is available again, you can use other skills. Alright.
かってこい。
Mana has shown you the basics of how to fight. Now let me explain elements to you. Both us and the enemy have certain types of elements. There are 4 types: fire, wind, water, and earth. Keys to battle: element. There are 4 types of element. Fire, wind, and water restrain each other. Earth elements deals huge damage to earth element. Yeah, I think that period's supposed to be over there. Attacks on enemies you have elemental advantage over can deal more damage. To launch attacks with advantageous elements, you only have to tap start. Every member will choose a target and launch their attack according to the elements. Alright, let's start. And hey, Speculate, good to see you. We just found out about this closed beta test today, basically. The entire community did, as far as I can tell. Good, you've launched advantageous attacks. Well done. Just like now, if you don't choose a target, the system will choose for you based on elements. But sometimes you may want to ignore elements and focus on a specific enemy. In such case, you can tap the enemy you'd like to attack. This allows you to specify a target. Then tap start. All attacks will focus on your target. Okay, you've successfully focused on a target and launched attacks on it. Please bear in mind that this is a useful technique to defeat the most threatening enemies. By the way, look here. After the attacks just now, your elemental value has increased. An attack can increase the elemental value of the attacker's element. If you successfully defeat an enemy, the elemental value of the element, same with the fallen enemy, will increase too. How to gain elemental value. So, increases by attacking, effective element increases more, defeat an enemy increases. So, characters can increase their elemental value by attacking enemies. When a character's element restrains their target, they gain more... Okay, that's falling off the screen there. I would expect that to be elemental value. A character can gain some of their target's elemental value by killing the target. With higher elemental value, more powerful skills can be released. Besides, normal attacks can sometimes be upgraded to Charge 2 or Charge 3. The higher the elemental value, the more advantage you have. Alright, the rest of the battle's on you. No, I can't use my Elemental Blast. Oh well. Full out attack. Alright, quest clear.
大丈夫？怪我はない？ああ、大丈夫そうだね。よかった。
次が来ます。
え？
ユリ、また魔物だ。どうなってんだ。この海域にこんなに魔物が現れるなんて聞いたことがない。
これは予兆です。
予兆？
はい。近づきつつある大いなる技。
Alright, if I remember correctly, we got an Idola coming.
Masaka!
クジラ座のイドラ、ケイトスです。かつてこの世界は 恐るべき祭人によって一度滅ぼされたといいます。世界を滅ぼしたその祭人の名はダークファルス。
Okay, they gotta fix that one.
ダークファルス。
イドラとはダークファルスの眷属。その存在を看過することはできません。このイドラ、ケイトスを討伐されなくてはならないのです。
Indeed, Zance, that is exactly what it should be. Alright, let's take this Cetus out. It's weird not using level 100 characters like I have on the Japanese version. Let's see here.
集中、そこでもう一つ。
Good. Now you can use Elemental Blast. Elemental Blast is kind of a super skill. It can be used when elemental value reaches a certain number. The element icon will turn into the Elemental Blast icon. Tap the icon to launch the Elemental Blast. Although Elemental Blast consumes elemental value, it's really powerful. Okay, now let's release an Elemental Blast to the Idola.
Yo. よこしまなる者を退けよ。アリエス・スターライト。
ありがとう。奴が海に潜るぞ。
It should say diving rather than dive.
Sencho, 大丈夫ですか？
ああ、大丈夫だ。だがあのイドラの攻撃で船体がだいぶ傷んでしまったようだ。そういえば、あの女の子は？攻撃された衝撃で吹き飛ばされたようだったが、あそこだ。助けるぞ、ユリ。はい。大丈夫か？しっかり。
イドラは
逃げたみたいだ。また海の中に潜っていったよ。
そうですか。ステラ、大丈夫？お母さん、私は大丈夫。そう、よかった。イドラは逃げたわ。どうやら半島の先の港町に向かっているようね。ダンカン、あの港町は？
シェルタンだ。1万人ほどの住民が暮らしている。イドラに襲われたらえらいことになるぞ。どうする、アンダ？
イドラは我が白曜騎士団の名にかけて必ず倒します。ダンカン、損傷した船では追いつけないわ。船を岸に寄せて陸路から追撃しましょう。
ああ、わかった。
時を遡ること1200年前、降臨した祭人ダークファルスによってバンドールの大地は滅亡した。
Okay, that's a shame that you can't link it to PSO2 yet. But then again, this is a closed beta, so that's not too surprising if I'm being honest here. Anyway, before we proceed here, I want to point out a couple of things that we got going on here. So, first, Human, Newman, Dooman, Cast. This here, of course, that's either going to be Dark Falz or that's going to be Profound Darkness, or rather Primordial Darkness, but that's like PSO2 episode 6 stuff there. But the important thing to note here, that's the symbol of the arcs right there. So, yeah, a lot of, if you're paying attention to what's going on in this legend, you can already pick out a lot of what's going on here.
かの時天界より聖帝が箱舟にて天下りダークファルスを封印した後にルーンの力で文明を再興したという。そして長い時が流れバンドールでは再びダークファルスの帯同が始まりつつあった。英雄たちはまだその運命を知らない。
Interesting. I guess they just haven't put a regional IP blocker or anything like that in place, because I'm able to play this just fine right now. Alright, and now it's, now it actually has to do a bunch of loading here, so we're gonna be sitting here for a minute or two here, it looks like. As soon as we get the opportunity, I'm gonna be heading out into the main menu to increase the volume on the characters, just because their volume is really low right now, and I had to do the same thing on the Japanese side as well. But yeah, this, aside from some grammatical errors I'm finding, this seems pretty decent here, for what they've done. I guess while we're waiting, why don't we read some of this here. Stella's mother, an Ares Zodiart, previous master of the Ares Chivalric Order, this position has now been given to her daughter. However, her combat effectiveness and tactical strategy have not diminished a bit. She is extroverted and speaks directly, in clear contrast to her daughter. Oh, sweet! So it is going to be linked, potentially, then. Okay, cool. That's really good news. So, Chapter 1, Idola.
アンナ様、船の接岸完了しました。白洋騎士団、行動開始可能です。ご苦労様、サーシャ。では急ぎ、イドラを追撃しましょう。ダンカン、船に乗せてくれてありがとう。船壊れちゃってごめんなさいね。
何、修理すればどうということはない。それより気をつけてな。
あのケイトスをどうやって倒すんですか？
ダンカン、この子はもしかして。
ああ、そうだ。俺があの時引き取った子だ。
そう。私たちは白洋騎士団。イドラ討伐をなりわいとする放浪の騎士団よ。私たちがどうやってイドラを倒すか、 興味ある？
はい。
そう。それじゃあこうしましょう。あなたも私たちについてきなさい。イドラを倒す方法が知りたいのなら、私たちと一緒に戦えば手っ取り早いでしょ。
Xanath, I'd rather you not use that. Okay, please let me join you. It is so nice finally knowing what I'm picking.
はい、一緒に行かせてください。イドラ討伐の力になりたいです。
いい返事ね。気に入ったわ。ということでダンカン、よろしくね。
ああ、これも運命の巡り合わせだろう。ユリ、船のことは気にするな。しっかりな。
Hey, Yuli, will you back off for a moment? It looks like you're covering New Genesis there. Actually, we don't have any confirmation of that, but it's possible.
わかりました。では船を修理する間、船長、行かせてもらいます。
ユリに船のことは任せといて。私がしっかり守ってみせるから。イドラを絶対に倒してきてね。負けちゃダメだよ。
わかったよ、ラナ。船のこと頼んだよ。
話はついたようね。
はい、改めてよろしくお願いします。僕はユリシスです。みんなからはユリと呼ばれてます。
よろしくユリ。私のことはアンナと呼んで。あ、そうそう。ステラ、あなたこの子に助けてもらったんでしょ。お礼を言いなさい。
はい、助けていただいてありがとうございました。私はステラ・マリーと申します。
我が白羊騎士団を統べる当主様よ。そういえばステラ、お気に入りのあの仮面は？
仮面がない。サーシャ、私の仮面は？
Captain, to answer your question, we've got up until the end of Chapter 6, apparently.
船内をくまなく探しましたが、どうやら海の中に落ちてしまったようです。
And idol mags are basically just like mags, except they affect your whole party in terms of adding strength, or at least that's my understanding of how they work.
しばらくは仮面なしで行くしかなさそうね。それでは白羊騎士団出撃。これよりイドラ・ケイトスを追撃します。
Pretty much, yeah, definitely. Let's set up a party before chasing the Cetus. This is the party setup screen. This time, let's try setting up a party automatically with auto setup. Alright, once you get acquainted with it, you can try different combinations. Now that the party has been set up, let's chase the Cetus now. Now let me explain how to proceed with the story. This is the map of Sheraton Peninsula, where we are located. The next destinations will be displayed with marking points. Tap the point. Available quests will appear on the tapped grid. There's only one quest available now. Tap it. Before doing a quest, you can select a friend to join you. Simply put, it's like an assistant. Let's try Stella first. Stella has agreed to join the battle as your friend. Tap to start the battle now. Yeah, it's possible, Captain, although I think this is actually locked to version 1.11, so we're not going to be seeing any of Episode 2 as far as I can tell here. Agreed, definitely. Alright. Let's get this going. That is not a Land Reaper, that's a Grass Assassin. That name needs to change there. Let's get some buffs going on Uli. Yeah, I guess you might be right on that. Alright, Stella, take him out.
白陽の聖なる光よ、よこしまなる者を退けよ。アリエス・スターライト。ありがとう。皆さん、お怪我はありませんか？
This is officially localized.
今後もよろしくお願いします。
ユリ、なかなかの剣の腕前ね。
ありがとうございます。ダンカン船長に鍛えられましたから。僕は両親を亡くした後、ダンカン船長に引き取ってもらって船乗りになったんです。アンナさんは船長とお知り合いなんですか？
ええ、かなり昔からのね。前は一緒に戦ったこともあったわ。
Yeah, we basically had no notice that this was even happening. We basically lucked into finding it today.
そのよしみで今回は騎士団丸ごと船に乗せてもらってたってわけ。
へえ、船長にそんな過去があったとは知りませんでした。
私たち白曜騎士団はイドラ討伐を目的とした独立騎士団なの。人々の暮らしを脅かすイドラを討伐し、イドラから取れた素材を売って生業とする。まあ騎士団とは言っても放浪の武装集団みたいなものね。
なるほど。
イドラを倒すことは人々のためにもなるし、我々にとっては大事なお仕事ってわけ。私は先代の騎士団当主だったんだけど、今は娘のステラに当主の座を譲ったの。
仮面どうしよう。
なんだか仮面をなくして相当落ち込んでるみたいですけど。
騎士団の当主は青年を迎えるまで素顔を人に見せてはならない、そういう古い掟があってね。それでステラはあの仮面をかぶってるの。私があの子の年頃の時は掟なんか無視して仮面なんか絶対かぶらなかったけどね。
I would say I never wore it back then.
そうだったんですね。
ステラは恥ずかしがり屋で、あの通りすごく人見知りなんだけど、仮面をかぶっていると顔が隠れて安心するのか、堂々と振る舞えるのよ。仮面なんか必要ないと私は思ってるけど、今のステラには必要なものなんでしょうね。
And we got 100 star diamonds. Alright, before we do anything else, I want to head out to the main menu here. And we're gonna go to camp. Taking a while for everything to load here, but I think that's just because I haven't had a chance to actually download
僕に何か用？
the full files yet here. Let's go to settings. And I'm gonna pull these back actually, since voice volume's already at 100% there. And now let me turn up the stream volume a little bit to compensate. That should be good. And then, yeah, here's the batch download. It's gonna pull down 2.52 gigabytes. I think I'm gonna hold off on that.
やあ、僕に何か用？
Now, apparently you have a way to redeem a code.
やあ。
There's a user center, but that's you can find this also in the
僕に何か用？
in the opening screen to the game as well. Alright, and then you have a way to view items owned and memories, it looks like. So Meseta and Star Diamonds, free. So once again, they're keeping the distinction of free versus paid. Tome of Universe.
Yeah. 僕に何か用？
Alright, so before we do anything else here, and before we proceed with the story, rather, I do want to check out some other stuff in here.
来てくれたんですね。
There we go, there's the login bonus. And a daily bonus as well. Okay. Alright, and we can go ahead and grab the Rappy bonus stamina. That gives us an extra 60 there. Now, what is this download here? Oh, nope, that's the same thing. Although, apparently there is a reward for downloading the whole thing. I'll take care of that later on. Alright, achievement.
今日の騎士団のお仕事です。
So, we don't have anything to collect currently.
目標に向かって頑張りましょう。
Let's grab our gifts here, though. Alright, and let's check out the gacha here real quick, because you're supposed to get a daily free one. And Okay, apparently the summer one is currently going. Okay, so then I guess there's no free one currently available then. But that's supposed to be a thing in order to let players actually complete the daily achievements. So that's something that that the team needs to fix in that case then. And I think that's happened because we're currently at basically the launch content of the Japanese version, and they didn't have the free gacha. And it's only a single scratch that you get out of that daily. But that's something that's missing right now. Let's go into the shop and check that out. Welcome, I'm Melissa, the owner of the Chivalric Order shop. What can I do for you? We got everything here. Especially symbols. I replenish my stock every day. You are welcome to check it out every day. Oh, by the way, you are welcome to help us restock as well. If you collect specific items, you can exchange them for gifts in item exchange. Take your time, your patronage is always welcome. Alright, so I don't think I have any Rappy Feathers. Nope. But here are some of the Idol mags that you can get, along with their associated food. Idola medals will come from battling Idolas. Recruitment badge. You get that for spending Star Diamonds. And then Valiant's Proof, that comes from the PvP arena, I think. And then we got a bunch of symbols in here. I can't afford any of it, though. Expanded capacity there is standard, though. Okay. Oh, actually, the arena is open. Why don't we head into there real quick? Alright, arena rules. Try your best to win more points in the 3-round battles. Challenge strong opponents with your well-tested parties and gain more points. You can gain 6 challenge chances daily. Okay. Oh, it's still connecting. There we go. Defeat your enemy. Win the victory. The side who defeats more characters within 10 turns will be deemed winner. Your opponents are other players using their Law Party and Chaos Party. You may also use reverse rushes, so be careful. There is a special rule in the arena. When a character is defeated, their side's all elemental value will increase by 2. You'll still have chances to turn the tide if you use the remaining characters properly. You need at least one character in the Law Party and Chaos Party, respectively, to start this battle. Please go to the party setup screen. Okay, so we can't do that just yet, but let's see if we can take care of that here. Tap the character you want to replace to view the list of characters available. Tap on the character of your choice to make the replacement. Each character can equip one weapon symbol and one soul symbol. Tap the symbol slot to view the list of symbols available, then tap a symbol to equip it. Alright, do I have anything? No. Okay, so that just put Uli in the back, but I think that makes sense because we've only got 8 characters anyway currently. Uli is a special character because he can be both a Law and Chaos character at the same time. Alright, let's give this a try. Tap a card and activate its effect. All R value +2 and value of water +1.
僕の出番だね。
Wow, did somebody actually create a party with just 2 characters? Okay. This should be an easy win then. Alright, let's get to it.
はっそれ
これでどないや。
これくらいならやっちゃいます。これくらいならせーの、本気でいくよ。とっておきの一集集中。
はっそれどうだ。
これくらいならこれくらいな
Here
ら
we go, Lana.
気合十分でいくよ。スパイラルウェーブ。目の前が
下道に用はねえ。
はっ
おとなしくしてもらいましょう。
Alright, let's do a reverse rush to bring out the other party.
いきます。それえい。
それ。ほら、そうだ。
準備は万全です。
それ
なんだな。すまね
殿下、我々の勝利です。
And that's a victory for us. To be honest, I don't know if these are actually computer generated, but it says these. This looks like an actual player number, but I had to change that earlier. Alright, bonus card effect. Did you notice that the bonus card effect was triggered when the battle started? There are various kinds of cards, and the lineup will change weekly. Making good use of the selected bonus cards is also a strategy. You can use arena coins gained from battles in the arena gacha to win various kinds of luxurious rewards. You can also gain them from the arena ranking reward and the arena mission. Alright, to the arena gacha then. Alright, let's go ahead and give a spin at this. Okay, so we just got a lucky chance. Each lucky chance will double the probability of the 5 characters of the target gacha for 1 time. The effect will expire in 60 minutes. You've advanced to step 2. The lineup has been updated. Alright, so the way that this works is you've got a certain number of prizes left, and you need to bring this down to 0 in order to move on to the next step. Now, in terms of what we got here just now, this book right here would actually be pretty useful for me to drop on someone right now. To get them leveling up and such. And this basically just takes you over to the gacha system, but right now we don't have really enough star diamonds to make it worth it. I would want to do it on a 10 spin, if I could. Alright, on to round 2. Actually, before that, why don't we go ahead and use the books. So, we can go to setup/enhance.
今日は誰を鍛錬するの？
Enhance character. And of all the characters I would want to use this on, it would be Uli. There we go.
Mada mada kore kara da.
Went from level 3 to level 24. Rising Vigor leveled up. And Deadly Throw leveled up. Alright, and if we look here, Enhanced Elemental Blast, you can use materials dropped by monsters to increase the Elemental Blast level. The higher the level, the more powerful the Elemental Blast, and the more enhanced its effects. The maximum Elemental Blast level is 5. Now, we don't have either of the materials that it's looking for. You can also use this breakthrough here. You can use identical characters to perform Capacity Breakthrough to increase their basic stats and initial elemental value. Each character can perform Capacity Breakthrough up to 4 times. And then Rarity, you can use Astra Emblems to increase the rarity of a character at their max level. The level cap increases after the rarity increases. So, I would need, looks like 14 more of these in order to level Uli up to level 60 once I hit the max of 40. Alright, let's get back to the arena. Which is right here. Let's get this going. All of our value plus 2 and value of 1 plus 1. Let's start with the Law Party this time. Oh, it is so nice to finally be able to actually read what these effects are. Increase a friendly unit's elemental value gained by 50%. Let's put that on Nadia.
みんなに力を
力を与えましょう。
はっいたふっはっどうだ
後悔するがいい。
Kemper, go ahead and use your elemental blast.
切り裂きます
水とは便利なものでしてね。さあ、力を奪ってしまうがいい。
Alright, let's yeah, let's do a rush.
あとは任せて。はっ。
ワンツー
はっ。それどうだ。
属性たまりましたね。
はっ。はっ。それどうだ。
当たってください。
これでどないや。
せーので本気でいくよ。
Alright,
僕
Uli,
の
why
出
don't
番
you
だ
finish
ね。
yourself off?
天を見上げて走れ。迷いを捨てるため。マークスターライザー。ごめん。
Alright, and then we got Duncan here.
ほらいかか。
he's about to use an Elemental Blast. So regardless of what I do, I'm gonna probably lose a party member here. But doing this reverse rush will decrease all friendly units' damage taken by 40% for one turn, so Sasha might survive in that case.
それ
渾身の力で叩きつけるスレッジハー
Nope.
この程度頑張ります。
It's okay in the end, though. Sasha was a wind character, so it made sense that Duncan would go after her.
はい。
Let's do a round of attacks
か
here.
かってこい
それほら後悔するがいい
おりゃおりゃ
ひれ伏すのです
準備できてます。
Alright, we're gonna reverse rush again here, because I want to bring Uli out now.
まとめて叩き潰す
くらいなら
Oh, that's the end of the battle. And we got a win from that. You know what, I think I'm going to turn the voice volume down just a little bit here. Oh, nice. So as we progress through here, even the various missions are active right now. Alright, let me go to camp real quick so I can turn the volume of the voices down just a little bit here.
やあ、僕に何か用？
Pull it back to about 80 there. That should be fine.
やあ、僕に何か用？
Alright. Let's finish up in the arena here. All of our value plus 2 and the value of fire plus 1. Alright, Sasha might be concerning there, except for the fact that she's a tank character, so they might be okay to deal with. Although they got a huge health pool there. This might be tricky, actually.
What? どうしたの？かかってきなさい。えいや！
すぐにお助けします。
Yeah, this is gonna be a really hard one, given that she has so much health here. And she's not taking that much damage either.
力を切り裂きます。
それほら後悔するがいい。
Alright, let's switch over.
私の出番だね。ワンツー。
属性たまりましたね。
僕の出番だね。
Yeah, go for the elemental blast.
集中集中。
天を見上げて走れ。迷いを捨てるため。マークスターライザー。
切り裂きます。
これでどないや。
当たってください。
Yeah, as you can tell, this is kind of problematic here. Alright, elemental blast, elemental blast. Let's get Uli powered up. Actually, no, I'm just gonna have him do this because next round I'm gonna do another reverse rush.
はっそれ。
とどめです。
赤字覚悟の大盤ブルマイヤー。ブワーッといきましょう。ブワーッと。
ライカンの導きの力よ、集まって。クリムゾンスプラッシュ。
Alright, reverse rush.
それ
とどめですけど。
後悔するがいい。
Yeah, I'll hold off on the elemental blast until the next round.
とどめです。どうだ。
Yes, they set up to chapter 6.
準備できてます。
もはや語るまでもないでしょう。
すぐにお助けします。
それでどうでしょう。とどめです。
水とは便利なものでしてね。さあ力を奪ってしまうがいい。
頑張ります。
Alright, Emil, get yours out, and then we'll reverse rush on the next one.
お父さん、お母さん、僕に力を貸して。
I'm surprised we got the win on that one. But I'll take it. Ranking number 2. Alright. Alright. Cool. Difficulty selection is now available. Alright, let's return. And let's come under here for the daily achievement.
今日も頑張っていきましょう。おめでとうございます。
That gives us 20 Idola cores. And then we'll go under Setup and Enhance.
しっかり鍛えていってね。
I think 33 will be good for now. I don't want to push him all the way up to 40, just because if I do that, he's not going to be gaining any more experience until I can actually upgrade his rarity. Alright, let's get back to the story now here. Now let's select our destination. You selected Stella to help you in the last battle, so let's try another character this time. You can select a character you like from this list. You will complete the quest easily, if you can make full use of strong friends. Oh hey, Sans, good luck! Taking down my Uli there, since he's all leveled up and everything. Alright, I will take Furmy.
Stella 様、行く手に正体不明の部隊が現れ、我が騎士団の先方と衝突した模様です。
正体不明の部隊。
は、掲げている騎士から判断するに、おそらく帝国軍の部隊かと。
お母さん。
ステラ、今の騎士団の当主はあなたよ。あなたが判断して指示をしなさい。
ケイトスの追撃は遅れてしまっては港町が蹂躙されてしまいます。今は一国を争う時、このまま進撃し帝国軍の陣を突破します。
よろしい。帝国軍何するものぞ。さあ正面突破よ。
Idolarization. Huh. Congrats, Lance.
行きます。それ。分析完了です。行きます。それ。奏でましょう。ありがとうございます。
Hey, Hoxeye, how you doing today?
ありがとうございます。つまびく調べはフォルテッシモ。それ。は。
皆さん、お怪我はありませんか
Doing great. This was a complete surprise. This closed beta here.
お待ちを。白曜騎士団当主ステラマリー殿と先代当主アンナマリー殿とお見受けしました。知らぬこととはいえ 我が配下の者たちが戦闘に及びました無礼をお許しください。あなたは確か聖闘レオリア帝国皇帝ジークムンドが知女ローザ・リンデと申します。この辺りを巡回しておりましたところ、イドラ出現の報を受け駆けつけてまいりました。
そうでしたか。私たちもイドラを追撃しているところでした。
イドラを捨ておけば甚大な被害が発生します。どうか我々の部隊も追撃に参加させていただけますでしょうか。
I think on the previous statement, it should have been if we let the Idola roam free.
ただでとは申しません。騎団に寄進する物資の準備もございます。ナディア。
は、どうぞお納めくださいませ。これはご奇特なこと。ステラ、どうしましょう。
イドラを討伐するには少しでも戦力が多い方が心強いです。よろしくお願いします。
は、ありがたき幸せ。このルーンにかけてローザリンで必ずやお力になりましょう。
Alright, we got 100 star diamonds. Up next, we have a sunken ship. To fight along with the Imperial Army was a little unexpected. Anyway, let's chase the Cetus first. Now let's select the next destination. Alright, so once again, this is saying Law Party only. So, meanwhile, let's check the characters of other players. There are all kinds of them. What I want to do is I want to pull Uli in for this fight. So, I would say... let's get rid of Kampfer and put him in there. Oh well, yeah, you're right, it was fun while it lasted, but yeah, Falls is the name that it's been for such a long time. There's no reason to change it. Hopefully they're catching the stream and picking up on what I'm pointing out here as well. Okay, let's since I want to have Uli with me, and since I want to level up my party, I'm gonna battle without support.
誰か助けてくれ。
前方の波打ち際で魔物に襲われている人たちがいます。
あんたたち助けに来てくれたのか。魔物どもに船を沈められてようやく岸にたどり着いたと思ったら今度は別の魔物が襲ってきやがった。頼む、助けてくれ。
What was his name again? Boozer, I think?
イドラに触発されて魔物たちの気が立っているようね。見捨てるわけにもいかないわ。助けましょう。
Alright, Land Reapers.
Ha!
Yeah, that's nice that Uli can one-shot some of them now.
Ha! Sore!
Alright, a giant sandworm.
はい。みんなの力を。
どうしたの？かかってきなさい。
お
That
父
did
さ
some
ん、
damage there.
お母さん、僕に力を貸して。
力が満ちる。僕の出番だね。
Alright, your turn, Uli.
すぐにお助けします。
ございます。
天を見上げて走れ。迷いを捨てるため。マークスターライザー。
皆さん、お怪我はありませんか？
実感はないのですが、強くなったようです。
助かったありがてえ。恩に着るぜ。俺はブーザー。この先のシェルタンの町で漁師をやってるんだ。
Yep, looks like I got it right.
そのシェルタンの町にイドラが向かっているのよ。
イドラ？沖で見かけたあのでかい化け物か？あんな奴が襲ってきたらシェルタンはひとたまりもねえ。町には怖がりで繊細な俺の女房がいるんだ。頼む、なんとか助けてやってくれ。
安心しなさい。元からそのつもりでシェルターに向かっているのよ。
そうか、ありがとよ。それじゃあ俺たちも協力させてもらうぜ。
こやつらの体に浮かぶフェスト、この者たちはカオスですぞ。カオスの手など借りずとも我々帝国のローだけで十分でしょ
う。ベルンハルト、出過ぎたことを申すな。ですがステラ殿、ベルンハルトの申す通り、カオスの力を借りるまでもなきことかと。
It's possible, Xandor. That's one of the working theories, but until we see more, we kind of have to play it out as is. I've got information related to the end of episode 6 that contradicts what I've been saying, but at the same time, we kind of have to see how it all plays out. Because my information is also not complete from that. But it's definitely an interesting theory. Let's fight together.
この人たちが船を失ってしまった辛さ、船乗りの僕にはよくわかります。そして今、自分の住む町も襲われようとしているんです。一緒に戦ってもらいましょう。
I'm noticing that Uli is missing his nameplate here.
大切なもののために戦え。そしてそれを助けよう。亡くなった父の言葉です。一緒に行きましょう、ブーザーさん。
ああ、任せとけ。
ということでローザリンです。この人たちには同行してもらうわね。
は、仰せのままに。
And there's another 100 star diamonds. Alright, so free missions are showing up now here. So this will give us 10,000 Meseta. This will give us more star diamonds. And this will give us a couple of books. Looks like this is just, okay, the Chaos members have assembled. Now let's set up a Chaos party now. let's switch to Chaos Party setup screen. Tap switch. Let's use auto setup again. Now Chaos Party has been set up. Well done. Yeah, it's Chaos in the Japanese version, but I could also say Chaos if I wanted to. Law characters cannot join the Chaos Party. Likewise, Chaos characters cannot join the Law Party. So you have to set up two parties, one for Law and another for Chaos. Oh right, there are also neutral characters which belong to neither Law nor Chaos. Phantasy Star, thank you so much for the raid. How you doing today? Oh, you guys picked a great stream to drop into here. We just learned about this closed beta today for Idola Phantasy Star Saga. This is the first time it's showing up in English. We were not expecting this to happen at all. Most of the community didn't think this was going to ever happen. So this was huge news. And thank you so much for once again bringing the raid with you there, Phantasy Star. This is, I'm hoping this is going to be fun for all of you popping in here. So, like Uli, he is a neutral. He can join either party freely. Now let's enhance the characters for the upcoming battles. So let's return here. Alright, so she said enhance, but I don't think we actually have to do that. We're pretty good to go already, to be honest. Oh, and we just cleared a mission here. And I better collect these achievements and gifts here. So that's 10 books there. And then... okay, that's a lot of stuff here. We got stamina potions, a whole bunch of stuff. Tome of the Universe times 50. Okay. Yeah, in that case, let me take a moment here. Let me enhance a bunch of characters here. Since we've got all these level-enhancing books here, I mean, just one will pop them up to level 20, or above level 20. Let me see if I can get everybody up to at least 30. Okay, that's good news there, Xandor. Yeah, hopefully they're able to make that happen. Alright, next character. Yes, this is a gacha game. But at the same time, I've been playing the Japanese version. I played it for about a year, and more recently, with all the North American stuff happening, it kind of fell off the wayside. But I never paid any money into it. I was able to grind out most of what I wanted. Alright, yeah, we're still gonna be sitting here for a couple of minutes here as I'm getting everybody leveled up. Actually, no, now that I look at it, I'm starting to run out of Masetta here. Hey, Sunny Delight, how you doing today? Or I guess you just go by Sunny now that I think about it. Yeah, this is going to be the last character I can actually do for the moment here. I'm excited. This came out of left field for everybody. Nobody saw this coming. That we were going to be getting an English version of this game. This was a complete surprise. Okay, I actually wanted to go here to Daily Quest, because the other thing that you can do here is you can gain different things just by participating in these daily quests here. So like this one here, we've got Gold Mine Junior, and that will give me another 50,000 Meseta. And that'll actually give me enough to finish leveling up the rest of my characters then. Alright, let me grab this Uli here. So I'll have 2 Ulis on my team. One of them is going to be rock-based. Yep, although in this game they're called Star Diamonds. Oh, I'm not running this on a phone. I'm using an application called BlueStacks, which lets me run it virtually through my computer. So that might be a way for you to give it a try. Alright, let's see. Let me fire off Schneck's ability here. That did some damage. Alright, let's do a reverse rush to finish him off. Alright, Emil, you're up. So, best character at this point of the game is actually not Schneck. It's a character named Stella, and I don't have them yet. Let's see. Actually, no. Camphor. Oh, I guess we didn't need it. Alright. Here we go. All the good stuff here. And my player rank has gone up to number 2 here. And there we go, 50,000 Meseta. Now we'll head back over to the enhancement station. Give some books to some more people. Get them all up to level 30, and then we'll be able to press on with the story. In fact, we just got 5 more of those books. So let's pick those up. Oh, we also got 50 Star Diamonds as well. set up enhance.
今日は
Enhance
誰を
character.
勘弁するの？
This is gonna take a couple more minutes here. Okay, so up next we need to level up Kempfer. I'm gonna try to skip through this as quickly as I can here. Okay, and next... let's do Schnick. And Lana as the last one. I don't want to get everybody up to level 40, and the reason for that is they max out at that level. They're not going to gain any more experience at that point, and I need a way to basically increase their rarity in order to do that, and we can only do that here. I need 14 of these small diamonds here in order to actually do that. There is a stamina meter. Every, I think it's every 11 hours, there's a Rappy icon that will show up here, which will tell you how much, basically when you click it, it'll give you an extra 60 stamina free. And then there are also, things that you can purchase from the shop or also win, through other things in the game. Let's see. It's not in the shop right now. But basically, they will help to restore your stamina. Let's see here. Okay, so this version that we're playing here right now does not support, going over your limit. You can only fill up to your maximum currently. In a later patch, you'll be able to fill up to 1,000 stamina. Just by drinking over and over if you want to. And the reason that's a thing is because in that future update, they will have a, they're gonna have an auto battle feature. Yeah, I noticed that as well. Marissa from, Toho, right? Yep, I thought the same thing. Alright, battle without support?
ブーザー、シェルタンの港町まではあとどれくらい？
この坂を越えたらもうすぐだぜ。
この声は
ケイタス。出たわね。急ぎましょう。イドラはもうシェルタンの目と鼻の先よ。
こっちの方が近道だ。みんな俺についてきてくれ。
Let me get the battle started here, and while that's running, I'm gonna get something fixed here real quick. Cycleo, thank you for the follow. Alright, you should know how to fight now. Let me show you how to do the reverse rush next. Actually, players can switch between Law and Chaos Party whenever they want during a battle. Not only can you switch the party, but the whole party will launch a collective attack as well. Check this section of the interface in the battle. This is the reverse rush button. Okay then, try to use the reverse rush. Alright, so, heading over to a Chaos Party, decrease all friendly unit damage taken by 20%. Or actually, that's heading to a Law Party. What do you think about the reverse rush? Launch a collective attack while switching to a better party. You may be able to turn the tables. The HP of the standby party will be restored too. You can make use of it while in danger. One more thing, check here. Reverse Rush has different stages. The stage you reach will be upgraded after every turn. The power of the collective attack will be stronger too. As for the Law and the Chaos Party, they will gain an additional enhancing effect. So, extra effect of Law's Reverse Rush. You can gain an extra effect to reduce damage received from enemies for its release turn. It is a defensive Reverse Rush. Extra effect of Chaos's Reverse Rush. You can gain an extra effect to reduce the enemy's defense for its release turn and the next. It is an offensive Reverse Rush. Yeah, no kidding about that, Sonny. Reverse Rush can only be used once every turn. Make a full assessment of the battle situation and use Reverse Rush wisely. Alright, so... nobody can really do anything except their basic attack right now. Let's focus on the Storm Cult. What do you think of how the Land Reaper looks there? Doesn't it look a bit like a grass assassin there, Starved? Alright, let's do... Sasha, why don't you come out with yours? Yeah, I agree with you there. That is kind of an unfortunate change. Okay, and now here we have a Grass Reaper. So that's getting closer in the name now. Let's do a Reverse Rush. And down.
うまくローとカオスのものを使いこなしたわね。やるじゃないユリ。
はい、何度かうまくいきました。
あなた、なかなか資質があるじゃない。血は争えないわね。
え？何のことですか？
いいのよ、気にしないで。さあ、シェルターへ急ぎましょう。あと少しよ。
There's another 100 star diamonds. Alright, I'm gonna do a quick test here just to make sure everything's working now. Let's see here. Yep, now it's working. Alright, so up next we got the doc here. So this is character versus Idola. Let's get to it.
よし、坂を越えたぜ。
わあ、ケイトスがもう目の前に。
イドラとシェルターの間には距離があるわ。なんとか間に合ったようね。
ここからどうなさるのですか？
もちろん戦って倒すのよ。さあステラ、号令を。
はい。白妖騎士団対イドラ戦闘用意。総員 突撃。
Alright, so this is players versus Idola. Alright, so as we can see here, Cetus has 3 different points that we can attack here. I'm going to focus on the Cetus Horn, since that's what most of my party members are, or rather what they're strong against. That's not quite a dragon. There's another enemy in this game that's closer to a dragon. Alright. I think we can actually finish this round. Oh, I meant to take out its horn there, and not to finish the actual quest. Alright. By the way, the bar that's filling up at the bottom here, this is the Affinity Bar. So once this fills up, we're gonna get a heart icon here, which will basically mean that we've reached a certain level of affinity with a character, and once it fills all the way up, we're going to be able to do what's called a Fate Divergence, which basically allows them to change the character's path from either Law to Chaos or Chaos to Law, or in the case of Uli, he'll be able to basically put some new clothes on and get some different stats.
少しは傷を負わせられたけど、これじゃ拉致が開かない。
どうすりゃいいんだ。
ステラ、あなたの力を使う時が来たわよ。
でも
いいのよ。騎士団員でない人にもこの際協力してもらいましょう。さあ、早く。
はい。
これは
門を開きと群れからいでよ。気高き白鷹がごとく。
There's another 100-star diamonds! And now this is where things get fun if you've never seen this before from this game. Idola versus Idola. To defeat the Cetus, let's transform into an Idola and fight. This time let's choose Ares Idola, which Stella can transform into. To transform into an Idola, we must select the leading character, it's Stella this time. And now let's select 7 characters who will transform into the Idola together. It's 8 characters in total, including the leading character, 4 from Law and 4 from Chaos. Idola's ability and appearance vary depending on the selected characters. The stronger the characters, the more powerful the Idola. That is to say, to make the Idola stronger, we have to select the strongest characters we own. That's all for the introduction, now select the characters for the transformation. And let's just say auto setup. Attack first. And confirm.
Stella ステラはイドラ化する能力を持つゾディアートの一人。そのイドラはお羊座、水属性のアリエスよ。
It's good to see that they kept the name Zodiart.
なんか僕もイドラの中にいるみたいなんですけど。
イドラに変身するには複数の人が力を合わせる必要があるの。そして変身するときはゾディアートだけでなく、その人たちも一緒にイドラになるのよ。
お母さん、私はいつでも行けるよ。
分かったわ。みんなステラに力を貸して。シェルタンの港町を守るためケイタスを倒すのよ。
Finally, it's the decisive battle against the Cetus. It's time to show the power of the Ares. Idola battles are similar. You can use both normal attacks and skills. The Idola can use its exclusive elemental blast after the elemental value has increased. Right, the Idola includes the body and 2 parts. You can try to destroy the parts if you can spare power during the battle, but you can't win if you don't destroy its body. Come on, let's use the power of Ares to take down the body of the Cetus. Alright. So that is an HP recovery. That increases all elemental value by 3. We're gonna start with the body here, just to see how much damage I actually do. Okay, that's actually a decent amount there. So, generally the way you want this to work is you want to hold off and basically break one of these parts. That's what these lines are here. And you do that by going, basically by attacking it. And if you have the ability to hit it when it's weak against your attacks, that's even better. Because that will then stun the Idola. And that reveals the core. Alright, let's use the Elemental Blast and finish it off. And down goes the Cetus. Alrighty.
まだまだこれからだ。
なんとか倒せたよね。
シェルタンの港町も無事なようです。
ブーザー、あんた大丈夫かい？
おお、サンドラ、船は壊れちまったが、俺はこの通り無事だぜ。
船が壊れたって。ちょっとあんた、明日からどうやって食っていくのさ。
許してくれ。
あれが奴の繊細なサイ君とやらですかな。やれやれ、カオスどもには品がない。
殿下、何はともあれ、ご無事で何よりでした。
ああ、だがアリエスのイドラ、これは帝国の脅威に十分なり得る。
御意。それでは勅命通り。
ステラ殿、そしてアンナマリ殿、さすがはアリエスのゾディアと感服いたしました。ぜひテーとレグルスにお越しいただき、我が父皇帝ジークムンドとお会いください。それまではこのローザリンで部隊ともども白洋騎士団に帯同し、護衛つかまつる。
護衛という名の監視ってところね。どうせジークの命令なのでしょ。まあ旅は賑やかな方が楽しいわ。同行を許しましょう。あ、そうそう。
Should be saying, traveling with a bunch of people is fun.
ユリ、あなたも私たちの騎士団に入らない？ダンカンには私から言っておくから。
え？
あなたも分かったでしょ？この世界、バンドールを跋扈するイドラの脅威を。かつてバンドールはダークファルスと呼ばれる祭人に一度滅ぼされた。そのダークファルスの眷属であるイドラが今バンドールの各地で活発な活動を始めたの。そして私たちのようにイドラになれる人々の存在が世界に新たな争いを生みつつある。あなたも船を降り、そんな広い世界を自分の目で確かめる時が来たのよ。力を貸して。
I would like to join you.
よろしくお願いします。いろんなことをこの目で確かめます。
こちらこそよろしく。昔を思い出すわね。
Maybe we really hoped you would join us?
なんでもないの。気にしないで。よし、話は決まり。ダンカンには使いを出して連絡しておくわ。よかったわね、ステラ。これからはこのユリー君と旅ができるわよ。嬉しい？
お母さん、急に何を言い出すの？
ごめんごめん。
ステラ様、輸送隊の荷物の中から予備の仮面を発掘しました。どうぞこれを。ありがとう、
サーシャ。やっと落ち着けました。
これから騎士団でお世話になるよ。よろしくね、ステラ。
よろしく、ユリシス。
ユリーでいいよ。僕もステラって呼ばせてもらうから。
はい、よろしく、ユリ。
とりあえずみんなお疲れ様。ゆっくり休んで英気を養ってちょうだい。
ダークファルスの眷属たるイドラがダークファルスの帯同を受けて活動を活発化させつつあったこの時にも、人々はローとカオスに分かれ、互いに歯を競い合うばかりであった。ローが治める正統レオリア帝国とそれに従属するカオスの民の間にも一触即発の気配が漂っていた。
Alright, and that is the end of the first chapter. And with that, exploration quests are now available, as well as Idola Battle. Idola Setup is now available. Brigade is now available. Uli is now part of our chivalric order. Let's enhance the equipment for future challenges. Alright, setup. We wear equipment called symbols in battles. Like characters, symbols can also be enhanced. Now let's select a symbol and try. Symbols can be enhanced here. Now let's welcome the symbol expert of the Ares Chivalric Order, Fermi, to explain further. Hello, I am Fermi. Let me explain to you how to enhance symbols, okay? Don't I know you from PSO2S? Let's try it out. Select Enhance first. Select the symbol to be enhanced here. Let's try a soul symbol. Let's enhance the symbol you just gained from the battle. You can use shards of the symbol to be enhanced and Meseta to enhance the symbol. Now we have enough shards of Rusty Bracelet and Meseta. Let's enhance it now. The enhancement is complete. The symbol power has increased. Once the symbol levels up, not only its stats increase, it will get an additional effect called Special Ability, which is very useful in battles. That is why it's recommended you enhance symbols from time to time. Symbol shards can be gained from quest rewards. Collect shards and then create. You can get the same symbol as the shards. On the contrary, if you disassemble a symbol, you will get its shards. If you have duplicate symbols, you can disassemble them into shards to enhance symbols. Okay, we got everything we need. Let's go to Adventure. Alright, and a lot of stuff just completed there. You know what? Let's see what we still got here. We need to do, perform 3 gachas and enhance symbols 2 times. We've already enhanced it 1 time. So let's go ahead and do it a second time. Symbol? And I think in this case, let's keep the HP here. Alright, and I am basically flat broke again here. Alright, and the only thing I got left now are the gachas. Let's head back into here. I'm wondering if that timer's still going. Doesn't look like it here. Alright, so let me go ahead and spin on the arena gacha here. Alright, so that's giving me some Meseta back. That is a cast part. That's used for element blast enhancement, I believe. And then that's another cast elemental blast thing. Alright, so I'm able to use at least one pull right now here. Yeah, let's go ahead and try one of these here. Alright, so that was a new soul symbol. And one more time. And then I was supposed to pull one more time in order to get, to complete the beginner missions there. Ah, we got a new character, Amane.
どうもどうも、アサシンのアマネです。忍者でボディーガードやってます。よろしくお願いします。
And we gained 3 recruitment badges. Now, unfortunately, characters like this, that focus on twin daggers, they're not really that useful in this game. Alright, let's get out of here. And there we go, we have completed all of the missions here. That gave us 1,000 star diamonds. Which means I can now go back into here and do a 10 pull now. And it looks like we're just getting standard characters on this one. There's Amane again. A new weapon symbol. Zola. So that's a 4-star character. There's Emil. There's Rachel. A new weapon symbol, a windmill. You know what? None of the names are showing up at the bottom here.
Zora だ。民の自由を奪う帝国を打倒したいと思うならば、いつでも声をかけてほしい。
来てやったぜ。私はレイチェル。まさか帝国の奴らはいねえだろうな。いたら当然ぶっ殺す。
Alright, and there's another 30 recruitment badges. Some of that text has fallen off the screen. Alright, let's grab our achievement rewards.
今日も頑張っていきましょう。
Looks like
騎
we
士
got
団
5 of
のこれ
them
まで
here.
の実績です。
Oh hey, and there's another 10 pull we can do right now.
たくさん頑張ってくれてありがとうございます。
So then I'm gonna be pretty well off here then. Alright, so... yeah, let's go with the standard group here. Open eyes? That looks like a 5-star character. Needs Savannah Man. There's Boozer. Jasper! He is one of the more powerful characters to have at this point. And there's Fermi. And Sandra as well. But once again, she uses twin daggers as
俺
an
はブルー
assassin.
だ。こう見えてもこの辺じゃちっとは知られた漁師だ。ま、よろしく頼ま。
俺の名はジャスパー。自由気ままに生きるカオスの盗賊さ。これから俺とあんたの日々に何が起こるのか楽しみだね。
Alright, Xance, thanks for tuning in.
こんにちは、フラミーと申します。白洋騎士団の管理官を担当しています。よろしくお願いいたします。
私はサンドラ、腕利き漁師に嫁いだごく普通の人妻だよ。なんだい、なんか文句あるのかい？
Alright, everyone, so I've been going for about 2 hours here at this point. I want to take a quick 3 to 5 minute break, and then at that point we are going to continue on with the story. Please stand by, I will be right back.